Vietnamese food. Tofu is made out of soy milk. The process of making tofu is most likely like cheese. Pho is a soup that contains rice noodles and a type of hot broth. Depending on what kind of pho it is, it will contain different ingredients. The different ingredients can include beef, bean sprouts, onions, chives, cilantros, and other herbs. It's also your choice to add some lemon juice and or a mint leaf. On sale looks like a yellow savory crepe. It is made of a thin layer of batter and fillings of your choice. Fillings could include beef, shrimp, mushrooms, bean sprouts, and herbs. Once you put the fillings inside the cooked crepe, you can fold it in half. It can then be dipped into fish sauce to enhance the flavor. But depending on where you are or where you're from, it can be served differently. A banh mi is a sandwich. You can choose from a variety of ingredients including grilled pork, pickled carrots and daikon, head cheese, pate, pork roll or jab, cured cold cuts, chicken, yellow mayo, fresh herbs, cucumber, soy sauce for an alternative of salt, black pepper, and it's optional if you want to put in a jalapeno pepper. And the ingredients you choose to put into your sandwich will be put into a baguette. What is congee? Congee is most similar to a porridge, but congee has more liquid in it. Its base is mostly rice and a stock or water. This dish is not only served in Vietnam, but also in other Asian countries too. It can be eaten plain or with a topping and a side dish. Traditional clothing. During Vietnam's history, there were multiple dynasties ruling until its current time. So Vietnamese traditional clothing can be very diverse throughout the country. With the 54 ethnic groups living or originating in Vietnam, different styles were created with each. The Áo Dài came to be because many people wanted to change the way others dressed. Their intention for the traditional dress was to eliminate their ancient habits. Traditional dresses now. As time went by, many dresses have been dropped because of the foreign dresses around them. If it was to appear, it would be a more modernized version of the dress. The dress's fabric is commonly made out of natural fibers, so it would most likely be made out of hemp, silk, or cotton. The fabric is made to fit the weather and their movement. As years go by, colors were restricted to specific genders of each class. But for women, it wasn't necessarily like that. The colors didn't specify their class in the country, but by looking at it, you can tell they were female because they wore contrasting colors, including red, pink, purple, or any other light color. But for men, this fact was indeed true. Their colors included black, white, blue, green, brown, red, and yellow. The yellow Áo Dài was only for the king, no one else. Red was used for the higher class men, and if they were civilians, they would be found in brown, black, or white. If they were men of the lower class people, they would most likely be found in blue or green. When in this traditional clothing, men would be wearing wooden shoes or sandals. And to top off the costume, a conical or a turban hat was worn. Vietnamese religion. There are three major religions in Vietnam: Buddhism, Confucianism, and Taoism. Buddhism. What is it? Created by Gautama Buddha, Buddhism was originally from India. Buddha's word states that men are born into the world to suffer, and in order to avoid people suffering, people must compress their grief. They also have to have the right views, thoughts, conduct, speech, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and meditation. There are two types of Buddhism: Hinayana or Theravada and Mahayana. Buddhist people in Vietnam are Mahayana Buddhist. Buddhism is the most widely spread religion in Vietnam. It was brought there during the Le Dynasty by Chinese immigrants and Indian preachers. From the Le Dynasty to the Tran Dynasty was how long Buddhism became a state religion. Ever since the Tran Dynasty, which started around 1225, Buddhism was no longer a state religion, but stayed as a dominant religion throughout Vietnam even to this day. Confucianism. What is it? The religion is mainly about living in peace with everyone around them, living happily and worrying less about death. Kung Fu Tzu, or Confucius, the founder, was more focused on relieving stress and making a person improve their behavior. He believed that everyone was born with a good aura and continues if they learn loyalty, propriety, intellect, trustworthiness, and how to be kind. Confucianism was recorded to have been brought to Vietnam during the 1st century. During that time, China was in control, and Confucianism was not a main religion. The religion was supported because of its political philosophies, and those philosophies could help their monarchy. But it wasn't until Vietnam got its independence that Confucianism started to be effective in Vietnam. Unfortunately, Confucianism was decreasing when the French conquest and the Western philosophy started to appear in Vietnam. Taoism. What is it? This religion is somewhat similar to Confucianism. It is for the better of their spiritual selves. There are two types of Taoism: philosophical Taoism and religious Taoism. Religious Taoism mainly focuses on the religious rituals to gain immortality, while philosophical Taoism focuses on Lao Tzu and Chuang Tzu, which are philosophical texts. Many people believe that it was for people to live with everyone peacefully, but also to understand that everyone will not have the same interests as you.